What's good, YouTube? It's Mally, and today, as you little bitches saw in the title, because y'all want to be my babies, you know, I had to do what I had to do. But as you guys saw in the title, I'm going to be telling you guys about a little sneaky link story time, because y'all just seem to love those. Y'all just seem to love to be in my business, so I'm going to give you a little insight into my business. But I'm not going to make this little hour-long video. I'm going to make it a little quick one, too, and do what I got to do. Just like I had to do. But without further ado, my social medias will be linked down in the description down below. As always, if you want to contact me to respond to all my supporters. And let's get right into the video. So let's start with a little timeline. So this was about like 1 year and a half ago, or like 2 years ago. You know, I had this little friend, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna start from like the beginning and then get to the beginning. So basically, you know, whenever it's so ironic. It's so fucking ironic. I was doing a I like you prank on my straight friend. And obviously if I post an I like you prank on like a straight friend or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to post it because I'm not going to out anybody and that keep me secret. So if I do post it, just know I didn't do anything with that person. So like when it came down to David, like 2 years ago, I think, I don't even remember when I recorded that video. Then like James, like the black boy, whatever the case may be, obviously thrown out the window. I'm not going to do anything with him. But when scenarios happen like this, you know, I'm not gonna post the video. So whatever the case may be. And let's just start from the beginning. So I was at this boy's, like, not this boy's house, like it was like our friend, and then our friend left. So like her bed is like in the corner, and then like she has a couch, and it's like her room's like set up pretty nicely, whatever the case may be. So I obviously I was like, oh, you should just walk her out, whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna be in here, because you know he was flirting with her at the time, whatever the case may be. I don't know. That's none of my business. But it wasn't nothing on like no serious shit. It wasn't like, oh, Mallory being Grammy fucking with a nigga that she fucking with, whatever the case may be. It's not like that. It was more so like, you know, like a look or whatever the case may be. You know, it was like a big flirtatious circle. And she already was like, oh, he kind of be looking at you some way, you know? It was like that. Like she already knew like he was something like, And I was like, So, yeah, like I just want to make that clear. I'm not fucking with nobody's nigga. So whatever the case may be, she left. He walked her. I told him to do that, whatever the case may be. And mind you, also want to make it clear that I met this boy first. Like she met him through me, and she already picked up the vibes and whatever the case may be. Just want to make that very clear, because I don't want to get no mix up. So whatever the case may be, I'm just, you know, we're in the room, whatever the case may be, and I'm just like, oh, you know, and mind you, that time when he went to go bring her out, whatever the case may be, I know her room by heart, so I like knew a good place to set it up, whatever the case may be. So right by the door where her couch was, and I set it up there, and it was like a whole secret thing, you know. Let's just get right into the video. Whatever, he lays down, and I'm on the couch, and I'm like, oh, like we're just talking, having like a little small talk, and like this is like my bestie at the time, so we're just having small talk. Sorry, someone's in my business. I heard the stairs. So whatever the case may be, so we're just having like little small talk, as we should, because like this is my best friend at the time, and we're just, you know, kicking it off, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, boy, so like I like you. Like in my dream, I'm a straightforward person. Everybody knows this. I'm bold. I say what I gotta say, because I don't got time to hold it back. It's just about that time. So I'm like, hey, I like you. And he's like, what? Like, yo, chill. You know, like it wasn't like a chill, bro. Like, boss man, chill. It was like chill. Like, what you mean chill? Like, I can't chill. You say chill like that. So whatever the case may be, I'm just like, I like whatever the case may be, and I think we should do something just to see if you like it. And like, I don't know, like, I'd never really done this before. I'm like, what you mean you don't know? You should know, because we're gang. We're not sister. So I think you need to sit that ass down. Whatever the case may be. So he's like that. I'm like, oh, whatever the case may be. And mind you, I'm so mad, because my phone was going off. It was like ding, 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 like from Snapchat, you know, like doop, like the little doop, like, you know, that Snapchat notification. It was going off. He was like, what is that? I was like, oh, she probably left her phone like in here, whatever it can be. I just can't find it. You know, just trying to make up an excuse, and his dumb ass believed it. I'm like, whatever. So it's still recording, whatever the case may be. I'm just like, oh, like, so let's get right into it. Like, you want to do what you got to do. So I come over there, and like, I'm a bold person. So like his thigh right here, whatever. I'm just like, you know, you want this. And I touch this thing, and it's already like stiffy. So I'm like, you already hard? Like, I was just talking, like, not the stunt, but you know what I mean. So I'm like, oh, like, He like, chill. Like, once again, like, the chill, like, that's not like a chill. It's like a chill. Like, you know? So I'm like, you know, I'm the type that's gonna play hard to get. Like, it's gonna be like, okay, like, I don't need this, you need this. I don't need this, you need this. Cause, you know, this cookie on lock, this cookie on D, this cookie on wet, so this cookie on C. So he's like, so like I leave and like I go back to the couch. He's like, where you going? I'm like, what do you mean, where am I going? He like, come back here. And it's like, I'm not gonna come back on the first comeback. I'm gonna wait till the comeback. You know, a little manipulation. I'm gonna wait till the comeback. So he like, come here, like, stop playing. I'm like, okay. And I can't drag it for a third time. He gonna be like, no, I'm not. You know what? Fuck it. Stay where you at. I'm like, no, I want my chance. Like, wait, let me get my chance. I'm coming. I come over there. I'm like, what's good? He like he looks down. Like, he like, I'm like, what we looking at? Like, baby, you gotta use your words. He like, do it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Something. Sorry, my throat, my esophagus was jumping and shit when I talk about that. And that's when I was like, it's just a prank. And he was like, what? Like, what do you mean it's a prank? Like, it's not a prank. Like, what you mean it's not a prank? Like, what you mean it's a prank? I'm like, cause he getting mad now. I'm like, the camera's recording. He's like, bruh, you play too much, like, bruh, like, I'm like, oh my god, like, he better whoop my, so I'm like, oh, like, the camera's right here, whatever the case may be, but then I delete it in front of him, and, like, I deleted from recently deleted and all that. I'm like, oh, so camera off now, he like, nah, I can't trust you now. I'm like, what do you mean you can't trust me, boy? So now I gotta build this trust back up. I'm like, what do you mean you can't trust me? So then he's like, oh, like, you was just recording. How I know you really deleted it? I'm like, I just showed you that I deleted it. Like, I get that you don't trust me, but let's not play fucking stupid. You just saw I deleted the video. Don't fucking play with me right now. So that's me. He was like, oh. He was like, I don't even know anymore, like, this and that. And mind you, like, I put my hand back on his side. I'm like, you sure? And, like, he's still thinking on. I'm like, boy, I don't know if the video turned you on more, if you thought it was gonna be like a Kim K sex tape or some shit. But it's not gonna be a Kim K sex tape. It's gonna be, and he's like, he like, go ahead, like, he lets let me or whatever. So I do what I gotta do. I'm like, you want me to turn off the light? So I turn off the light. Gets a, you know the deal. Like, you know, you get the point. So I'm doing what I gotta do, and like, he's paranoid because like he hearing noises. But you know, like, when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, you hear like little creaks and like stuff like that. Like, it's like, I'm like, nobody's there. Like, mind your business. Nobody's there. You're good. And he's like, cause you know, I don't really have like a gag reflex. Like, I do what I gotta do. And he's like, oh, it's like, is my thing big? Like, he asked me why I'm doing it. So I'm like, mouthful. I'm like, hello, like, yes, what do you want me to say? I'm doing what I have to do. I'm doing something right now. I'm kind of busy. Whatever, we finish up, and then, like, it was kind of ironic because it was, like, perfect timing. So she came back in, like, 5 minutes. Like, 5 minutes after, like, that situation. Like, 5 to 10 minutes after. So it was pretty good timing. And then she came back. She was like, oh, hey, yo. We were like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, we're acting on normal, whatever the case may be, because we is normal. This is our new normal now. So after that, it happened probably about 5 more times. Probably about four more times after that. So that's when I go to this boy's house, like I said, boy's house, whatever the case may be, with my sibling. Well, he shares a room with his sibling, whatever the case may be. And, you know, whatever the case may be, I don't know their sleeping arrangement, whatever the case. So his sibling and my sibling, I guess, go to a different room, not to do anything, but just, you know, they were hanging out, whatever the case may be. And his other sibling was sleeping in the room that he was sleeping in and I was sleeping in. So whatever the case may be, I'm laying on the bed. So I'm laying on the bottom of the bed and he's laying at the top of the bed. So, you know, we're just like facing, like, my feet's in his face, his feet's in my face. Not like no fetish type of shit, just like, you know, like, we're sleeping arrangement. So whatever the case may be, but then he like comes down to like the bottom of the bed and then he puts his head on my ass, like this voluptuous mamacita. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. Like, I already know like what it's about to lead to, but I'm just gonna play along. So then that's when he's like, oh, like, I guess we go to the top of the bed. I don't know how we switched. We just went to the top of the bed. So then that's when we're just talking, whatever the case may be, and he just has to be that one person. Like, he just has to be that one fucking person. And that's like, like, do you watch porn? I'm like, I don't really, like, need to watch porn. Like, if I want to dick, I could just get some. But on occasions, yeah, I do what I gotta do and handle my business. Like, sorry, I'm sorry. Oopsies. And that's when he was like, what do you watch? And I was like, oh, you could just watch me suck your dick. And I was like, you see how smooth that was. I was like, you could just, I was like, yeah. And he was like, what? I was like, what? Like, you know, like, what? Like, you hear it, but you want to just play that, like, what? Like, what? Like, what? You heard me, boy. Like, what you mean, what? You know what's the deal? So, that's when, like, 10 minutes go by later. He's like, what? I'm like, what you say? He like, what? Like, we do that again. Like, it's like a little, like, I did it, now he doing it. So it's like a little, you know what's going on. So I'm like, right now, like, your sibling is sleeping, like, right there. He like, yeah, just don't be late. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, let me just do what I gotta do. So that's when whatever. I'm doing it. He's like, cause I guess, like, the sounds a little, well, I guess we're a little too loud. He was like, you're being too loud, like, quiet down. But he like, moaning when he's saying that. I'm like, ooh, like, ooh. Ooh. So that's when I do what I do. He finishes, and then he like I already finished, but I'm still going, because I'm just I'm doing what I gotta do. And you know what they say? Spitters are for quitters. Oh, sorry, gotta go. Sorry, don't look at me. So then that night happened, whenever we went to sleep, no biggie deal. And mind you, I slept over. So then we sleep in a different room. His siblings and my siblings sleep in a different room. Whatever. So I'm sleeping, whatever the case may be. And then he's like, I'm like, oh, he says something, like, because I ordered McDonald's. And then, like, he said something, and I made a comment. I was like, I'll eat that dick or something like that. Because, I'm just smooth with it. Like, I'm smooth with it. I'm corny, but smooth with it. That's when, whatever the case may be, he was like, basically, I guess how it led to something. I guess I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna say that date, whatever the case may be. And then he was like, oh, like, I think we should stop this. Not for like it's a bad way, because I'll never be bad. But it was like, oh, like, it's kind of secretive and it's kind of like overwhelming, whatever the case may be for him. So I was like, okay. But I was like, you want to do it one more last time for remembrance? So let me show you what I really made up. Let me show you what I really made up. So that's when he like, nah. I'm like, okay, because I'm not about to force you. So I was supposed to get late, and he like, come over here. I'm like, what you mean come over here? Like, you just told me you didn't want to do it. So I'm like, oh, and he like, just come over here. I'm like, okay, and like, I come over there. So that's when I'm doing what I gotta do. I bopping it, squeezing it, beating it, killing it, eating it, digging it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm doing what I gotta do. And yeah, he like finishes, and I keep going again. Like, he like, yeah, you better. So, we're just having a good time doing what we gotta do. And yeah, so I just finished, and then that's what it really is. Like, so we're still friends to this day. And think about that, I don't really mess with DLs anymore. It just really never grabs my attention, because it's like, I don't really like being a secret. I really rather stick to myself, or if I with somebody that's gay or bi, whatever the case may be. It's just me now. I don't really do that kind of thing anymore. But we're friends, we chill, hang out, do what we gotta do. Do what we gotta do as in just chill and hang out, not like, yeah. And yeah, that basically was really it. Like, it basically really all just started from that. I guess that's a perk now to being a YouTuber. Like, you could really just find out if like someone's like DL or whatever the case may be, if you just do a little prank on them. Like, that's really all it is. Because I could just be like, because if it do go wrong and like they try to whoop my ass, I'm like, boy, like, nobody wants you, but I really do want you. But it's like, it's a prank. Like, back up. Like, you see the can right there. He's like, oh, hi, kiki. And I'm saying like, yeah, crying and shit, because it's like, damn, like, you could have said. But on the positive note, if it does happen, it's like, I know what I got in my pocket now. So that's like one good thing. But also the second bad thing about it, is that, people are gonna think you're trying to prank them all the time. So like, what is it like? Mind you, let's say I'm not recording and I just really ask, and you're like, oh, you really like, you probably recording me or something. Like, no, I'm not recording you. Like, I just wanna, like, I do what I gotta do. Like, what do you mean? So I guess there's some plus sides to it and some downsides to it, but it really is interesting to see what you could turn, like who you could turn and what you could do things with, who you could do things with. It's like really like crazy, because you never know. There's people that you don't expect. But that was that little interesting story time that I snuck around, keeped around, did it when his brother was right there. And like, it was just real crazy, because his brother was like moving and like all this stuff. I was like, boy, like, stop, you better not wake up. I gotta get you. Psych. That was really that. I told you guys I was gonna keep you here for a little longer. I just wanted to drop a little video for you guys. That was a little story that I just remembered. And it was like, yeah, like, I don't know. It was just real interesting to me. All I know is I had him sweating and doing what I had to do and running to the top of his lungs like, you better, yeah, you see what I'm doing to you. But I just did spend $300 on clothes. So you guys will be getting a clothing haul real soon. And I'm going to be doing, like, in that video, I'm going to be doing, like, re-dyeing my hair, because I'm going to bleach it blonde, and I'm going to, like, y'all gonna see like some real fire shit because people been asking me to do this shit for a while. So I'm finally gonna be doing it. And my fit state, I just changed my whole fucking like thing. So it's gonna be real fucking dope. Like it's gonna be so fire. I'm gonna look so good in the next like week or two. Y'all gonna see the real Malachi. Y'all gonna see me stepping and stepping and stepping. But that's all for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. My social medias will be linked in the description down below as always. If you want to contact me to respond to all my supporters. And I did what I had to do for this video. Peace.